Oh my goodness, I can't believe we are back here again another week because somebody made a deal with the devil, which somebody is also taken very seriously on YouTube, by the way. No, we didn't make an actual deal with the devil, okay? Let's just make that clear. It's just a saying. It's just a goddamn saying.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
back to what I was saying. Let me get off this soapbox. Somebody made a deal with the devil, said they wouldn't watch The Bachelor until there was a Black Bachelor. And to Matt James, and here we are watching
Okay.
this boring ass TV show known as The Bachelor. What'd you think of this boring ass episode?
Okay, so to me, this is more interesting for me because it feels more like real shit compared to all the drama that was happening before. That was just annoying. This stuff was more real. So what I thought about this episode, a little way too much crying going on. Jesus, I just can't imagine dating somebody that cries all the time. It just,
What are you
I
talking
just
about,
don't
Matt?
get it. He got a couple sniffles. He's an ugly crier. I bet he's like totally an ugly crier when he gets going. But I thought this episode was great because you get a chance to see it's the hometown where they really didn't go to their hometown. They brought the people's families there. But I thought it was a great episode. I thought the fact that the girls got a chance to come up with the date instead of Matt, I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I have a lot of positive things to say about this episode. What about you? What'd you think?
I thought it was a boring ass episode, as I started the show saying, but I like what you said. I mean, you're right. I did like the fact that they got to make the dates this time, and like my number one draft pick, Bree, she decided to exact revenge on him, which really wasn't revenge. I mean, I thought I'm glad Rachel's okay because that tumble she took from the sky, I was like,
Have you been skydiving?
no, I haven't.
Okay, I've done it. I did it
Okay.
a year ago. It's amazing. And so I loved that date because I remember the time I jumped out of that plane and the feeling it had was amazing. I was able to land. I landed just like Matt landed. They said kind of land, kind of scoot on your butt. I don't know what happened with Rachel on that. She did hit it hard though. But I thought that was a great date, man. Skydiving, it brought back so many memories to my experience of skydiving that I want to go do it again.
I would love to do it, but and I'm afraid of heights, so that's crazy for me to say that. But here's the thing that I'm thinking of it, and you can maybe answer this for me. Who was at fault there? Was it her because she didn't balance herself right, or was it the guy that she was strapped to and he just got distracted by Rachel's beauty and couldn't land properly because he flipped over and landed on her, and I was like, holy crap! I mean, it
Yeah.
looked bad.
So I will say this, and I'm no expert, but if you notice when Matt landed, Matt lifted his legs up and was kind of in a
Yep.
seated position, and that's how you land. Where when Rachel landed, she didn't. Her feet were down. And so when I did it, they told me, lift your feet up, lift your legs up, like in a seated position, and then we're going to scoot. She looked like she landed with her feet, and that's why they went, "Poof,"
Oh, that's why they
right,
tipped.
right
Okay,
over.
so
So
it's her
I don't
fault.
think it was yeah, she has to have her feet up so they can get to a seated, scooted position. So I would say from what I saw, again, I'm no expert, but from what I saw, to me that looked like her bad, which, if that was her first time doing it,
Yeah.
I'm sure that happens all the time.
This is a little different because there were 4 people, there were 3 roses, but then only 3 people showed up to the rose ceremony. So we know who got booted. Were you surprised that Serena P booted herself?
Yeah, that hurt my heart because Serena P was awesome. She's been my ride or die from the beginning. It was like Abigail, Serena P. I've been saying it for a long time.
That's not what she's about.
Yeah, that's not what she's about. Then she's a boot. What's up with Matt? Like, what is she? He's a toboggan he thought was a hat.
If you think that's the bad thing, because I mean I don't know what a toboggan is, so I wouldn't
Well,
I wouldn't
the
know.
bad thing was they says how many points are on the
Yes.
leaves and the flag, and there's flags all over the freaking room. I'm like,
And
and
she
he's like,
tells him,
I don't want her parents to think that I'm an idiot. I'm like, dude, you are.
"No,
I'm
we
sure a
all
lot of-
think you are right now."
I'm sure a lot of women are like, you're just so pretty. Just don't talk, but you're so pretty. Be your vulnerable, authentic self, but just be quiet.
Oh my god.
So no. Serena P. I was disappointed because I always thought that she was the one, but I really love her best friend, Was it her best friend or her sister? I think
It was
her
her sister.
best friend.
No, it was her sister. No, Bree. It was Bree's best friend.
Yeah, you're right.
It was
You're right.
Serena's sister.
Serena's sister that was just like, you don't seem like you're not smitten. Like he checks the box, and she even said that. He checks the boxes, he's this and this and this. But I'm like, ooh, you don't really feel anything. So I was really surprised with that. But I'm glad that she self-selected out because, we know what Matt's looking for. If she's not feeling it, go ahead and end it. That's totally great. And I'm curious to see what happens on the show next week when they have all the girls back and Serena P talks about that. Go ahead. Wait. Somebody has a question. Yanni.
Yes, I don't want to say I told you so, but after that yoga exercise, yoga date, I told you so. I told you she was not feeling him. Something just told me it's not just about it. The way she was, I'm like, oh, she was not feeling him. And then at that dinner, when she sat down at that dinner, I was like, and she's like, my hands are so sweaty. There was not anything that showed that it was any moisture on her hands. She just didn't want him touching her. And I saw that. You told me I was crazy.
I did.
I'm just saying.
I did. Facts.
I told you so.
I'm sorry. Let me let me try to get it out.
Don't hurt yourself.
Yanni, you were right.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm good. You were right on that.
Well, hopefully you'll say that to me at the end of this episode too. But before we get to that, let's get to who won the episode.
Okay, this is where you and I are going to part ways. There's only one person who won the episode, and that was Rachel. And here's why.
Okay, I'm listening.
Rachel is the only one that he said that he's falling in love with publicly. He's not said that about Michelle. He's not said that about Bree. She's the only one he's used the L word with.
She's the only white woman left too, so I just want to point that out. But go ahead.
He's half white. What difference does it make?
Let's not go into. Come on, leave that Barack Obama argument out of this.
Would you give Barack a hard time if he dated a white woman? Let it go.
Yes.
Let it go.
Yes.
Calm down, Malcolm. Let it go.
All right, Martin. Go ahead. Exact some peace.
So Rachel is the only one that he has actually said he's falling in love with. And so I think she won the episode, and I respect the fact that he just didn't automatically ask her dad for her hand when he still had 2 other dates to go on and meet other people's families. And so I just respect how he's handled it. The other thing that's been interesting about previous Bachelor episodes that I never really paid attention to, but you caught wind of, I don't think he's slept with any girl yet. And so I think that says a lot about his character. Because in the beginning of the show, we thought he was going to be breaking backs pretty early because he was just making out with everybody. But he's just kissing. Nothing wrong with kissing. But he's not slept with any of these women. And I respect him for that. So I really think Rachel won the episode today.
The funny thing is I almost said Rachel because I thought she had the best date. Even though she tried to, bring a lawsuit against the skydiving company by not following instructions. But anyway, I really thought she had the best date because it was the most exciting, most out of the norm. And I was like, okay, that would have been good. But I have to say, I just knew, and maybe if Serena P hadn't selected herself and booted herself, maybe I would have been right in this, and that Michelle would have been gone today. I honestly believe so, but in a complete reversal, he gave her the first rose of the night. Now, doesn't really mean anything. It's just the first rose because, he gave Bree the last one. But for her, it's a great look for her, make her feel good because he really was going to give her the boot, and he gave her the first rose. So I'm going to say Michelle won the episode thanks to Serena P eliminating herself. Who gets the ring is
Rachel. I think he's going to give the ring to Rachel because out of all 3, she's the only one that he said he's falling in love with. And he said it out loud.
I will say this. First of all, my number one draft pick is still here. Yours is not. I just want to point that out. And I would like to point out that I still believe that Bree should be the one to get the ring. However, the only way I am wrong in all of this is if Michelle gets the ring. Because I told you from the very beginning, when we first started on this journey, he was going to pick a white woman. So if he picks Rachel, I'll win. If he picks Bree, I win. What, that's not the rules?
No, I think Matt is going to pick who he feels he has the best connection with. And if you look at all of the women, you got Rachel's mom is white. Michelle's mom is white. And Bree's mom is white. Mm-hmm. So, doesn't matter what race he picks. It doesn't matter. His mom is white. So, it doesn't matter what race he picks. He's going to pick whoever he's happy with. And to me, that's what's important. And I think we as African Americans, we got to let that shit go and don't even bring that up. Because that's on us. That has nothing to do with him and his feelings.
That's what this whole season is about. That's exactly what they based this entire season about. So don't try to make it about something that black people are starting. They made this whole thing about. Matter of fact, that's the only reason we're watching this bullshit, because you said you wouldn't watch it, so they put a black bachelor up there. So how are you going to talk about let's not put race into this? Stop this bullshit.
This whole time, I've never said that he's only going to pick a white girl. I said he's going to pick who he wants to be with. And he's open to all of it because Matt and I are similar in that regard. You know.
Now you and Matt are cool. In the beginning, you were talking about how what a cornball he is.
We're cool because he still kisses with his eyes open, so he's weird. But we're cool in a regard that, like him, I date anybody, and I'm open to dating anybody, even though we both went to one type of school and then transitioned to an HBCU. It's just one of us still has their fist in the air and one doesn't. That's me. So
let's be real. I've dated around the world, so that's never been an issue. Let's get that clear as you want to go down that road.
Apparently, it's an issue when other people fall in love with someone outside the race. You like to make fun about it.
We made a prediction as to who he was going to pick, and don't be mad because I'm right. Don't be mad if I'm right. Don't be mad if I'm right.
The main prediction I made that I stuck with is out of all those beautiful women, he's not going to take the beautiful girl that has no hair, gets a haircut at the same place he goes. He would never pick that.
You were hating on the black woman. I know, exactly.
Oh, I was hating on short-haired women. She could have been white. She could have been Hispanic. But if her hair is the same length as mine, we're not going to work out. That's all that is.
Oh my God! So next week we don't have a show because it's the reunion special, which should be good. It'll be to me, it's going to be a great show just because you get all the drama back, and it's going to not be this.
Back.
Yeah, your girl is back, and we won't have this boring ass show like we had this time. And then in 2 weeks we have the finale and see who gets the ring. You find out that I'm right because that's what I do.
It's been a long journey, but let me just say, even though we got 2 weeks left, I appreciate you going on this journey with me. I appreciate doing this. It sucks. We both hate it, but we're doing it together because we ride together, we die together.
Yeah, always. Bad boys for life.
Always. Since college. So thank you for being there with me. And let the record show, just because we did this does not mean
he's trying to bow out already.
You're gonna get me to watch some other bullshit that you're into, and you want me to watch. I'm not doing that. I hate reality TV.
This is a one-sided friendship. I hope you all see this. This is very one-sided.
Totally. I'm a Scorpio. It's all about me. Yeah.
Get off my phone.